A journalist doing his job gets attacked by the people who are supposed to protect him. This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll see the shocking viral video that has exposed a brutal truth about security forces in Ghana and what it means for press freedom across West Africa. Meet the journalist from Class Media. He was just covering a story, a fire outbreak at the Kasoa New Market. But then, officers of the Ghana National Fire Service turned on him. And what happened next was caught on camera. But here's the twist. This isn't just one isolated incident. It's part of a pattern that's eroding democracy itself. The video went viral, and it shows something truly disturbing. Interim President of the West Africa Editors Society, Emmanuel K. Dogbevi, saw it. He described it with one word: horrendous. He said, and I quote, "One officer was holding a plastic helmet and using it to hit the journalist." That is the height of indiscipline any trained state security officer can exhibit in public. Think about that, a trained officer, using his gear as a weapon against the press. This happened on Monday, January 5. Dogbevi was shocked. He questioned if the video was AI, but the reality was worse. It was real violence, and here's what nobody's talking about. The training? These officers are trained for restraint, to control their emotions. But Dogbevi warns that at the slightest misunderstanding, the reaction is violence. He insists it has to stop. But does it ever stop? That's the real question, because this story escalates from a single assault to a system of impunity. Dogbevi challenges the government directly. He says we always hear promises, assurances that journalists will be protected, that officers will be punished. But then he drops a bombshell. He says, as we speak now, I do not have records of any specific incident involving a state security agency officer who is standing trial, has been convicted, or has been dismissed from service for assaulting journalists. Let that sink in, over 3 decades of democracy in Ghana, and he challenges anyone to provide evidence of a single conviction. Not one. That's not a failure. That's a policy. The impunity is the point. And then something even more fundamental is revealed. Dogbevi stresses that these assaults are criminal acts under Ghanaian law. They must be treated as crimes, not handled quietly behind closed doors, not ignored, but prosecuted. Because the media's role is sacred in a democracy, journalists publish what you don't want to hear. That's their job. As long as they work ethically and within the law, they must be protected. The impact of this is massive. It creates a chilling effect. If journalists are afraid to cover fires or protests or corruption, who tells the public the truth? The controversy is clear. Some will defend the officers, saying tensions run high. Others will say this is an unforgivable abuse of power. But the unanswered question remains: if promises are made and never kept, what is a promise worth? The government says one thing, the video shows another. The payoff is a call for accountability. We started with a journalist under attack. We end with a system under scrutiny. Do you think security officers who attack journalists should face automatic criminal charges? Or should internal discipline be enough? Drop your take in the comments. This is more than one video. It's a test for democracy. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news that holds power to account.